The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Take 3 Wrestling Podcast. May the 4th be with you. It is 3 guys and a not part-time artist. Thank fucking God. This week I'm joined by R2 Takes the D2.
Is that me?
Oh, it's definitely you. You take the D.
It's cool.
That is you. That is yes.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Yep. I am also joined by one half of the Fat Siders. You know him as Fat Hall.
Hey yo.
You also can now know him as Luke Fatwalker.
Yep.
And I am the other half of the Fat Siders. I'm Fat Nash, a.k.a. Han Fatso.
Fat!
There it is. We are festive in the Star Wars Day, as it is May the 4th as we record this, only a few short hours away from every male and female over the age of 21's favorite, potentially racist holiday, Cinco de Drinko.
Yeah, it's definitely on the problematic scale.
Oh, I know my topic now. Okay.
All right. So for those of you at home that have now been spoiled alerted, we didn't know what Joe's topic was until about -7 seconds ago.
You technically still don't know. I didn't
my point.
know until -7
Yeah,
seconds
since we don't know.
It's fine. We're going to get through the first 2 topics, and Joe may forget what he just said, so because he is smoking. So we have a fun show today. We're obviously going to talk about the draft. It is over and done with, what the rosters look like, what's left in NXT, as well as we'll talk about WrestleMania Backlash this weekend from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yes, sir.
Then we'll obviously have Joe's hidden topic. But before we begin, Jim, you got a new soundbite over there for me?
Dude, we got this going already.
First bit of news here. We can't offer you Wrestlers of the Month this month because for the second month in a row, Joe Lopez doesn't give me a top 15 list before the next episode.
Sounds that track.
Is that really breaking news?
No.
It is to our fans at home because they did not see me.
Is it?
I will say yes, because he was actually decent at getting me the first 2 months in a relatively timely manner.
Well, that's true.
For those of you at home, let's peel back the layer of the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast group chat. When we transitioned to this, I said in that group chat, Joe will make it 2 months, and then he won't do the list that he fought to get reduced from 25 to 15. And everyone was like, no, it'll definitely change. No, it won't. I know how this works.
Well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
In my defense, yeah, that should have been expected.
Yeah, that tracked. That
was 100% expected. By the way, I don't know if y'all got Aldi down there in Florida.
We do.
With these little fucking berry sour mints.
So they're basically like those icebreaker sours.
Yeah, they're like icebreakers.
Yeah.
With the berry, they have it's strawberry, mixed berry, and cherry, and they're just like a little sour. Dude.
Right kind of
I could eat a whole fucking pack of these mints in a sitting.
As my wife starts to vacuum.
What the fuck is
I don't know. My house is a fucking disaster. She's apologizing now for
The whole
sucking
thing
up.
sucks.
Yeah, thanks, intern Mark. I appreciate you.
Thing sucks.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to listen to your guys' show tonight. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself.
And you suck the little thing out.
Yeah, I didn't get to listen to your guys' show this afternoon. Was at dinner with former 4.5 member of the guest of the show, Craig Horn. He'll be on a show soon. But literally, did you guys talk about anything fun?
I mean, we talked about the draft. We talked about the fact that AEW has sold 50,000 plus tickets already in the pre-sale for All In. So that's pretty fucking wild. The general on sale is, well, tomorrow to us, today to this podcast, when it airs. And according to at WrestleTix on Twitter, it looks like they're looking to sell the whole venue.
I got a strong start,
which would be about 90,000 strong. So yeah, I mean, look, we can make jokes about you know, Cocaine Tony and all of that, but an impressive feat.
My wife's peeking over my shoulder saying hello to everybody watching at home.
I will give credit where credit's due on the AEW side, because I honestly would have thought that somewhere between about 55 and 65,000 would have been a success, and they've sold 50,000 in the pre-sale. So I'll give them credit, man. It's not an easy task, and they've done extremely well. Now, selling almost twice as many tickets as you've already sold should be a challenge. But
yeah, good luck selling the other 50.
But yeah,
Well,
impressive nonetheless.
British wrestling fans are basically void of any major event, so this is this is like their Super Bowl.
They will also have Money in the Bank in June, July,
but not it.
That's at the O2. That's only 20,000 people.
But that's what I'm saying. They will have a major event.
Yeah, and I mean, this is, they had Clash at the Castle in Wales. But yeah, I can't remember the last big event to be in the UK, and this is AEW's first, besides Canada, international show.
I still feel like that just based off of the talent that has worked in AEW, they were going to sell out as many tickets as they wanted to put out.
Well, and they have this working agreement with like New Japan and stuff like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. So you have a shot of having Ospreay. You have a shot of having Okada. You're going to get Kenny Omega in England again. Like, you're going to get the guys that you haven't seen in 5 years because of the pandemic. Like,
well, yeah,
you're probably going to sell this bitch out no matter how many seats you
This is really the perfect storm for AEW. They capitalized at the perfect time.
And in a world where there's a potential for backlash, if Phil does come back, how do you fucking calm it down? By selling 90,000 tickets to a show in fucking England. It's a perfect storm. The other piece of news that I wanted to touch on before we got to that, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. for the brand, Pat McAfee, on the birth of their new baby girl today.
Yeah. Awesome news. Also, kind of in the same light, congratulations to Corey Graves and Carmella.
Yes.
They have a baby due in November. Obviously, they've been very open about the struggles and the miscarriages. So, hopefully everything continues to go well.
Also makes sense on why Sonya Deville was Chelsea Green's tag partner.
Well, yeah, why? Because we had Carmella and Chelsea for 1 week, and then all of a sudden it went to Sonya, and everybody's like, "Why did they pull the rug out from under Carmella?" And it's like, well, I guess we have our answer now. So
yeah, I guess we figured out why.
And I get it. Sometimes it can be difficult to let it breathe, but sometimes maybe just let it breathe. They maybe have reasons that we don't know right off the bat. But yeah, congratulations to the McAfees. Congratulations to Corey and Carmella for sure.
It was also been reported that Vince McMahon is no longer facing investor lawsuits in the state of Delaware as a result of the $17.4 million payouts.
A horrible human being.
There it is. That's what I was waiting for.
But yeah, otherwise, I want to dive into your topic, Mike.
Let's do it. Last Friday night started the whoa.
Oh, wrong one.
Yep, there it is. The draft started last Friday night on SmackDown. It ended on Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk winners and losers of the draft. Obviously, I don't think we can call NXT, quote, losers. They definitely lost some talent here, which we'll talk about here shortly. Your new rosters, current free agents include Baron Corbin, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, Dolph Ziggler, Mustafa Ali, Omos, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, Elias, Zion Quinn, and Jeep Wagoneer. Your new SmackDown roster, it is the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, Asuka, Austin Theory, Bianca Belair, Bobby Lashley, Cameron Grimes, to the moon, Charlotte Flair, Control Alt Delete, Etch, Grayson Waller, Hit Row, Karrion Kross and Scarlett, L.A. Knight, yeah. Everybody's favorite member of the See You Next Tuesday Club, Lacey Evans. The LWO, that includes Santos Escobar, there it is, Joaquin Wild, Cruz del Taco, and Zelina Vega. As predicted on this show, drafted by yours truly, representing the Blue Brand on last week's show, the Yes Boys themselves, Pretty Deadly, Rick Boogs, Roman Reigns and Toyota Sequoia, Shotzi Blackheart, Tamina, the Brawling Brutes, the OC, the Street Profits, and the Usos. Anything we want to touch on free agent and SmackDown before we get to Raw?
I don't like the number of free agents. I think it is a little silly to draft the two brands and to leave 10 people.
I really feel like there's more free agents if I actually sat down and thought about it.
Probably. Well, there's people who weren't draft eligible, like Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss. Like there was a handful of uneligible because they're either hurt, they're on leave, or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so Brock Lesnar, and it makes all the sense in the world, quote unquote, negotiated himself to be a free agent. Why would you have one of your biggest money makers for your big 4 or 5 shows a year locked to one brand? That makes no sense. It makes all the sense in the world to have Brock as a free agent. Why would the MVP negotiating Omos to be a free agent? Okay, I'll believe that in kayfabe. He's kind of like an agent, sure. But why the hell are Corbin, Ziggler, Ali, Shelton, Cedric, Elias? Why are they free agents? Why were they not drafted to a brand? And why are 2 guys from NXT free agents on the main roster just because they were eligible? Like if you're not drafted, you just stay in NXT. Like if they don't, you know what I mean? Like if they don't draft you,
Zion Quinn and Jeep Wagoneer should just still be on the NXT roster.
Still be in NXT.
I still feel like NXT should have had picks in this, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll touch on that, but here's my thoughts on the rosters, and we'll obviously dig into it a little bit more. But on first glance, SmackDown is very like women's singles heavy. I think the women's division on SmackDown is going to be incredibly strong. Raw is very tag team friendly, both women's and men's. So I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out and to see if, because there were some reports this week post Monday Night Raw that Triple H is finally getting a chance to kind of wrap up the last bits of like Vince McMahon creative, and from like now till SummerSlam and then obviously beyond that is really, with this draft, is really where he is starting to kind of dig in his creative ideas and really kind of take shape his vision for what the WWE can be. So I think back to the black and gold brand with Triple H, like tag team wrestling was a thing that was focused on. Women's wrestling was a thing that was focused on. So if you kind of look at these two brands, like you're kind of seeing, those two staples are showing pretty well on the separate brands.
All right, let's talk about the Raw roster real quick. Tozawa, Otis, and Gable drafted together as the Alpha Academy. Apollo Crews back up from the NXT roster. Becky Lynch, Braun Strowman, and Ricochet. He's still a dick. Bronson Reed, Candice LeRae, Adrenaline in My Soul, something, Cody Rhodes, Dana Brooks, Dexter Lumis, Drew McIntyre, Emma, Los Lotharios, Imperium, Indy Hartwell, who relinquished the NXT women's title. More on that in a minute. Indus Sher of Jinder Mahal and Veer, who's coming hard.
And Shanky, I believe. It's all three of them.
No, I don't think it's all three of them. Indus Sher at the end, I think, was just the two of them.
Let me look.
Double,
Let me take a
double
look
check
at
that
that.
for
I
me.
think-
Double check that for me. If it is, then fuck it. We're getting shanked and veered. We're coming hard and getting shanked. JD McDonough, he also may be able to help you with your settlement. Johnny Gargano, Katana Chance and Caden Carter, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Massey, Mansoor and Maxine Dupree, Matt Riddle, Natalia, Nikki Cross, Odyssey Jones up from the NXT roster, Piper Niven, the women's tag team champions of Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Riddick, not Madcap Moss, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, Seth Franklin Rollins, Shinsuke Toyota, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, Tegan Knox, The Judgment Day, The Miz, The New Day, The Viking Experience, Trish Stratus, Xia Li, and Zoe Stark. Looking at the Raw roster, okay? Kevin and Sammy are there. What are we doing with the SmackDown tag titles?
Okay, it was Sanga was the third one.
Oh, Sanga.
It's Sanga, Veer, and Jinder Mahal.
Okay. So A, what are we doing with the SmackDown tag titles? And B, are Alba Fire and Issa Dawn just going to defend the NXT women's tag titles, or are we going to get a SmackDown version of the women's tag titles? You think?
They may end up doing Raw and SmackDown women's tag titles. What I think is going to end up happening is like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn will still get an opportunity to go to NXT and defend and eventually lose those tag titles. Like I think they're like on SmackDown, but they can still defend on NXT because they're the NXT tag team. They haven't clearly said that, but that's
so.
what
Do you think that Indy dropped it more because of the injury rather than her getting called up?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That and there's a lot of women in NXT that are injured, so like it's hard to lose the titles to anybody right now.
I mean, you could have lost in a triple threat to the same two that you fought this week when you got hurt.
But wasn't the two that they lost to this week? Didn't they also get drafted? Weren't
No.
they fighting Chance and Carter?
No, Tiffany Stratton was in that triple threat match.
Oh, were they? I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I think I would imagine let's tune in on Monday to see because the new rosters take effect this coming Monday on Raw.
Correct. So we'll see the Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley stare at each other and then swap the title belts because you can't be the Raw champion on SmackDown. You can't be the SmackDown champion on Raw.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the easy fix that won't happen is just change the names of the titles.
Universal Women's Championship and the WWE Women's Championship.
Yeah, that would be the easy way to do it. So then you can keep the lineage. You just change the name.
I agree.
But they'll probably do the title swap, which stings because, I mean, and obviously we'll talk about this in a little bit. But unless Bianca drops the title, she's gonna lose her she's almost at the
day
record.
reign.
Yeah, she's almost at the record number of days, and she's gonna lose that because of a technicality. But for the tag titles too, I would imagine I would hope they will address that this coming Monday.
All right, so let's start winners, losers. First up, everybody give a winner to talk about. Joe, go with you first since you're looking like you're about to fall asleep, and I need to get you involved in this conversation in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's probably a really good idea.
That tracks.
Let's see. For a winner, I'm going to go with Kevin and Sammy. I think that moving them away from the rest of the bloodline is a smart call at this point. It seems like a lot of the draft aimed to do that, where a lot of the storylines that we've had for the last 6 or 7 months, if not longer, they kind of moved the two sides to two separate brands. Like, you got the LWO going over to SmackDown, and you got Judgment Day over on Raw, and you got like Bianca and Becky are separated, and there's like a whole lot of that here, which I think is probably smart. I think out of all of those, Sammy and Kevin are probably the people who, they've proven that they can be at the top with the bloodline, but now it's their opportunity to move on from there. And like, what can we see them do? And like Jim kind of touched on, the tag division on Raw is stacked. Honestly, if you look at SmackDown too, I think like Raw has 8 male tag teams and SmackDown's got like 7. So I mean, we're talking about 2 really stacked divisions, and we don't know right now whether or not Kevin and Sammy are just going to end up appearing on both shows because they have both sets of belts. Like, we don't know what's going to be done to handle that just yet. But either way, I think this is an opportunity for them to hopefully do something. Because I got to admit, like, the last month or so, like the post-WrestleMania stuff with them, it hasn't been doing it for me quite to the same level as everything before WrestleMania was. I think it's all been a little, kind of going through the motions to get to the next part.
Cody Rhodes 2.0.
Yeah. So like,
it's about the chase, not about them having the titles now.
Right. So I think like it's a good idea that we're gonna move them away from that storyline now. It's a good opportunity for them.
Jim, your first W.
I mean, to me, it's got to be Grayson Waller. This is a guy that like I don't watch NXT very often. I do want to point out the ineligible people were Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Big E, Logan Paul, Alexa Bliss, Uncle Howdy, Tommaso Ciampa, Shanky, R-Truth, Robert Roode, Aaliyah, and Carmella. Most of those are injury based. I assume is Shanky and Aaliyah, are they both injured?
They may be.
Like we don't really know what's going on with Bray Wyatt and like Logan Paul. Again, see Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
like why
Lesnar, Brock.
Yeah, so and Bliss I think had asked for some time off. So no real surprises in the ineligibles. But yeah, Grayson Waller, man, like this is a guy that like I didn't watch NXT very often, but anytime I watched like a premium live event or a show leading into a premium live event, this guy jumped off the page as main event ready or a main roster ready for a while. Like he just gets it. Like he seems like the 2013 international Miz. Like he just has that man, this guy is so fucking annoying. Like I want to hate him, but I also love him because he's that good. So yeah, that's a huge win for me.
All right, my first winner of the draft. Gonna stay on the blue brand. I'm gonna go with a guy who now is the champion on the blue brand. Give me the Kid Leroy.
Yeah, I like that.
That title now becomes the title that matters on the blue brand from an in-ring perspective. Obviously, the title that everyone's going to talk about is the head of the table, the tribal chief, the universal continental fucking intergalactic champion of the world. But when on a strategical, and I was talking to Craig about this tonight, realistically, how many more matches do you think Roman Reigns is going to wrestle in 2023? Because I'm at 3.
So maybe Night of Champions.
Night of Champions, Summerfest, Survivor Series.
I'm going to go 9.
On TV?
Yeah.
That motherfucker hasn't worked 9 matches in a year and fucking God knows when.
See, I think he'll get like you might get that like the random
one-off on SmackDown where he defends the title. Jim, just take the middle. Just take like 6.
I would say at the most 6.
Yeah.
There's a chance. There's a chance he defends at Night of Champions, but I honestly could see them just doing a fucking tribal chief ceremony to honor 1,000 days.
I could see that too. That's why I'm saying, like, I was thinking one of the Saudi shows, maybe if it's even the one in fucking November. I said Summerfest, Saudi show, Survivor Series against whoever is the
and that'll be
WWE champion.
That'll be them. Well, that'll be either that or they'll do they'll do a Bloodline versus Team Cody, or whoever, something
like Raw versus SmackDown. Yeah. Which would be the Bloodline and a 5th member versus.
Is if they're doing War Games again.
Correct, which is what they said they were doing versus Team Seth Franklin Rollins.
Yeah.
who will be the world heavyweight champion at the time. Those would be your two
Maybe.
captains. Those would be
Maybe.
your two. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. That's fine. So that's why I said 3. But Theory now becomes the guy where, yeah, they have the women's champion. They have whatever's gonna happen with Alba and Issa, but he now is going to end up feuding with guys, Cameron Grimes, Etch, potentially Grayson Waller, and them have a match. Whatever Karrion Kross's deal is, LA Knight and him could have great fucking promos with each other. Can steal wins against Rick Boogs. When Little Spoon comes back, that's another one. Montez Ford.
I mean, he is. Yeah, he's back. It's a matter of when he actually wrestles, because I thought they very creatively ducked him out of harm's way on Friday.
So that's where I'm at. Winner number 1 for me is the Kid Leroy.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great one for sure.
Joseph, do you have a second winner?
Is it too broad to just kind of say NXT talents? Because I feel like all of the call-ups were kind of big wins for pretty much everyone who got called up, And
except for who?
Except for Jeep Wagoneer and Zion Quinn.
Because they didn't get drafted?
Yeah, because I guess it depends how they're used, but go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the whole free agent thing is a little confusing right now because it seems like I don't know exactly where they're going to go with it. You know what I mean? Like, are we just going to randomly get almost showing up on both shows and having matches? Or, like, are we going to see someone trying to sign them from each brand? Like, are they going to show up down in NXT? Like, what? We don't know what the deal is with the free agent thing yet, so it's hard to judge. So, I mean, like Von Wagner might end up being on Raw and SmackDown most weeks. So, like, that's kind of a win for him at that point.
We don't need that. We don't need more Jeep Wagoneer.
No. Look, I think this works better when you don't see the same people on both shows. That's the whole point of doing the separate rosters. So, yeah, I don't like the free agent thing right now, but I
literally all of those free agents, sans Brock Lesnar, would all be on NXT for me. Even Omos. Let him go fucking down there and fucking work. Go put some fucking miles on that body.
I mean, I'd like to see Shelton and Cedric end up on SmackDown, and maybe let's like put him with Bobby. You know what I mean?
No, I'm fucking over it. We've burnt the fucking Hurt Locker business, and they're not fucking coming back. Can we move on from that now?
I mean,
we've been wishing for that for 6, 7.
time.
We've been wishing for that for 7 months. Punt.
Time.
It's 4th and 37, Joe. You're not picking up the first down. Put the punter on the fucking field and get fucking rid of it, because they're not doing it. They've had every opportunity in the world to fucking do it, and every time it's, oh look, Shelton and fucking Cedric are talking to MVP in the back, and it goes nowhere. And now they're both free agents.
I mean,
the Hurt business is not
put them on Raw as a tag team.
Yes,
you're tag team heavy on Raw.
That's what I'm saying. Get them away from Bobby Lashley. You put them on the same show with Bobby Lashley, no one's going to care about Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander unless you fucking do the Hurt business again. You're doing more damage to the two of them by leaving them with Bobby Lashley. It'd be like leaving Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on SmackDown with the fucking Bloodline. Because you know that should be the feud, but when it's not the feud, you're like, man, I really missed that Sami and KO versus the Usos stuff. Like Shelton and Cedric could be a good tag team on Raw in a division that is heavily in tag teams, as Jim has said. But you put them on SmackDown, you're like, man, when are they getting back with Bobby? So we don't give a shit that you have two really good in-ring wrestlers. We just care that they're going to be lackeys to Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like MVP. I like MVP negotiating Omos as a free agent. Brock, it makes sense, and I could even see Elias. I think Tim said this on 3CT. Elias just being like a wanderer. Like I could that could make sense. Like he's just
a drifter. Let him drift.
He's a drifter, but yeah, like put Corbin on SmackDown. Okay, put Corbin on SmackDown. Put Ziggler in NXT. Put Ali in NXT. Put Wagoneer and Zion Quinn back in NXT. And there you go. Put Benjamin and Alexander on Raw.
Jim, your second winner.
Imperium, and particularly Gunther.
Big Goon.
Like, yeah, SmackDown probably technically gets a quote unquote bigger audience every week because it's on broadcast TV versus cable TV. But Raw's the big show. Raw's the big time. Raw's Paul White. Raw's Captain Insano. Like Raw is when if you would like just randomly poll people and be like, what's WWE's TV show? Most of them are going to say Monday Night Raw. Like it's what you think of when you think of WWE TV. So getting Gunther on there, and when you said that Rollins is going to be the world heavyweight champion around Survivor Series time, the only reason I said maybe not is because, and we talked about this, and I think maybe was it Tim that said it or was it Ryan that I can't remember. That was 2 hours ago. But why not have Gunther be your first world heavyweight champion and relinquish the Intercontinental title? Like you have a new lineage. It's and like it would make a statement. He's already brought prestige into this Intercontinental title, and I think it would be bold. I don't know that they'll do it, but like Imperium with the world heavyweight title. Hello. Then immediately you have two guys challenging for the tag titles.
I wouldn't hate it, but I would feel I'd want him to lose the title.
That's fair.
Him giving it up after 400 days just is like, man.
It's kind of the Asuka thing when she relinquished the NXT title. Like nobody can beat you.
I get it, but no one can beat you. Like if you enter the tournament and don't win it, like it's counterproductive. Like you'd have to go into the tournament and win.
Yeah.
Like I almost would be like, hey, I'll give up the Intercontinental title if it gets me like a bye to the finals,
or even a first round bye.
Yeah, so like if it gives him an advantage, like I wouldn't even be opposed to it.
Yeah.
All right, my second winner. Looking at these rosters, we've talked a lot about the tag team division on Raw. I'm going to transition over to the women's division on SmackDown because I feel like that whole division is a win right now. Becky is no longer chasing Bianca, but now you have Damage Control that's there. So you can go with still Io or whomever. Asuka, Charlotte when she's back, Zelina Vega, but then you also have Shotzi and Tamina and eventually Scarlett when she can get in the ring. The new additions of Dawn and Fire. I like what they did with the women's division on SmackDown. They're giving the younger blood flow a little bit more push here, so I like the women's division on the Blue Brand.
Yeah.
Anything from you, Sleepy Time Jones?
Is he out?
Andy's gone. And Andy's gone. Austin Theory's not wearing pants.
Yeah, we're just gonna pull him off the screen.
I was gonna say, we're gonna try to slow clap to get him to fucking wake up.
Well, no, I was trying to give him like a 3 count.
Yeah, he's gone. We lifted the arm. He's gone. He's gone. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Losers of the draft, I guess. There it is. And don't take the cop out and say the NXT brand because of all the talent they fucking lost, because that's the easy one.
No. And I mean, here's the thing: they have a couple. They've had a couple of classes in the last couple of years that now get a chance to be featured more. They've been working on this. What's the Level Up show?
Level Up.
I mean, it's hard to say that there's any losers that actually get like drafted to a prospective brand. But
I'll the first one I'll say.
go ahead. If you have one, go ahead.
WWE in general, because you missed the boat because you announced that Grayson Waller was going to be on SmackDown on a post show.
Yeah,
that's one. He's a guy that should have been announced on one of the shows. You kind of fumbled the bag.
Oh wait, I think he woke up.
Oh, did he?
There he is.
Oh, hey, he didn't drop the phone this time.
Or the soap.
We don't care about the soap.
Oh boy.
I dropped the phone.
Yeah, there it is. That's standard. Yeah, so loser WWE for not doing the right thing and putting his announcement on television. A lot of people kick back about that on social media.
That's fair.
Joe, do you have a loser?
I don't know. I'm just kind of overlooking it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go with Hit Row because I feel like they could have used a change of scenery.
Yeah, I think they
could have used the change of scenery back to NXT.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We didn't see anybody go down, but yeah, I could co-sign on that one.
Yeah, I could too.
I
have one other one that I want to bring to the table if you don't go there.
Part of me wants to say Damage Control.
Okay.
But I think getting them away from
Becky
is a good thing, so I'll leave that. Honestly, and I mean, I think he's going to be more than fine, but I really wanted LA Knight on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Like, he feels like a Raw superstar. Especially if you have like world title aspirations for Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
LA Knight would be a tremendous Intercontinental Champion. Are you kidding me? Sign me up for that. Because, like, I mean, either way, because he's a heel, Gunther's a heel. You'd have to get a transitional guy there. Same thing on SmackDown. If you want him to be U.S. champion, eventually you're gonna have to get it. You're gonna have to do a month where Cameron Grimes gets it from Austin Theory, and then LA Knight can win it. But, like, man, I would have really liked LA Knight on Raw.
I agree with that.
I will also co-sign with that. My last loser, for yours truly. They called up all these NXT talent like JG Wentworth. I really still think they should have called up everybody's favorite Muppet.
That got brought up on 3CT. I think they want to give him time to develop this heel character in NXT that he just switched to.
I get it.
So while I kind of agree, I can also see the logic behind it. And if you did pull a good bit of talent from NXT and you have some injuries down there, so I think it's a smart play to
keep him down there
because you can still do call-ups throughout the year. So, like, you get through SummerSlam, some of the roster gets healthy, some of the newer talent from like Level Up and stuff has started to develop a little bit. Raw after SummerSlam, maybe Braun Breaker makes his debut or something.
I could see it. Sleeping Beauty, are you there?
Yeah, I'm awake.
All right, just make sure I can't see your face.
Honestly, my other one is Johnny Gargano being a Raw Talk draft pick.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like that felt like Will Levis sitting by himself waiting for somebody to call his name on draft night.
Can we talk about Will Levis real quick though?
What about him?
Like, girlfriend, were the other two sisters? Like, what?
I don't know, man. That man's doing just fine for himself. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, second round draft pick. I'm gonna go be in the middle of fucking Nashville, fucking Tennessee, and I got smoke show after smoke show sitting next to me. I'll be a second round draft pick every day of the week. What the hell?
You ain't lying, man. Yeah.
I will say one thing. I feel like it's uneventful during these drafts when it's someone who's already on a brand. Like when you hit me with, Hit Row is staying on SmackDown, it's like, okay. Or like LA Knight is staying on SmackDown, it's like, okay. Like I almost wish that the draft was exclusively NXT talents. And even if you only made it one night and you only did, let's call it 5 rounds or 6 rounds, and so you're getting like 10 to 12 talents off of NXT, but you can replenish NXT. That shouldn't be a problem. I mean, even in this one, they basically brought up about 10 or 12 NXT talents, like maybe not quite 10, but definitely at least 6 or 7 ended up making it on. So I mean, you could do that, and if you want to use it as an opportunity to move around some of the other talents, you could do that with trades and like Raw trades over to SmackDown, friggin' the OC, so that they can get SmackDown's next NXT draft pick. You know what I mean? Like you could still use it for moving guys around and freshening up the rosters while it not being this weird sort of, hey, everyone's up for grabs. That's it's kind of odd. That's not how it's not how the
maybe
draft
that's
works.
the.
But I'm saying it's not how a draft works in football or baseball. It's not like every single baseball player is up for grabs.
No, but you had to start with teams somewhere. So if the next draft they do next year is NXT talent and it's trading up draft picks for other people and it's doing things along those lines, then we're accomplishing it. But you have to start somewhere. And I think this is the starting point. Like you have to get set rosters. You have to go red brand, blue brand, next year, this time you do a draft and it's, man, Johnny Gargano and The Way, say they're still a thing, and you trade all 4 of them for, a first round draft pick, and that's when you take Braun Breaker, and then you have guys who are like, man, I don't want to leave Raw. This is my home. And it's like, yeah, but we sold you off for fucking, the next big thing, the next best asset, things that real quote sports teams do, they sell off the pieces as they're getting to a point to go get new pieces. So but you have to start somewhere. And I think that this is a logical starting point. So if next year's draft is a Friday night and it's 5 rounds and it's NXT talent only, and, you see Raw trade some people, you see people get released from one show that they can go sign at NXT or go sign at SmackDown or whatever, the quote free agent pool becomes a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I mean, it can be a little bit silly to do it the way WWE does it, but it's just kind of one of those things where entertainment can't directly mimic real life. And you almost have to have some people stay on the same brands, because otherwise it would just be like, hey, next week the SmackDown guys are going to be on Raw and the Raw guys are going to be on SmackDown. There you go, draft over. And so nothing changes then. It just changes what show you're on. So if you only watch Raw, then you're going to see new shit. But if you watch both, then you're just seeing the same thing in a different color. But yeah, there's definitely different ways they could do it, or quote unquote better ways. I do think it would be cool if, either the Tuesday, the NXT episode before the draft, if they would do a thing where they tell the talents that are draft eligible that they're eligible, or have the Tuesday, like, so you started on Friday, do the Monday night episode, and then the Tuesday after, like NXT would get to select like from a pool of WWE talent
I can get behind that.
to bring down. So like you're still kind of keeping the identity of NXT, but you're also giving them a fresh look as well. But
I can see it. Any other winners or losers we want to discuss here?
no, I'm excited to see how it plays out. I think there's some good opportunities for a lot for some different faces on both shows. So
Joe, anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, that's the draft. Let's transition to the old preview of Backlash. Jim, this is you, so I'll let you take it away.
yeah, so Saturday night, this Saturday, May 6th, San Juan, Puerto Rico. It is WWE Backlash. 7 matches on the card. We will start from the top. We got at least as it was listed on the Wikipedia page. We got Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn taking on the bloodline of Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Toyota Sequoia. Mike, who do you got in this one?
All right, so I will take Owens, Zayn, and Riddle because I believe this is the Toyota Sequoia walking out on the Usos.
Ooh, okay.
They teased it. They teased him like staring back on Friday after they lost the tag title match to Kevin and Sammy. Being pissed off that they didn't walk out with the titles. Obviously, Roman is not thrilled with that. So, interesting concept. Maybe this is where the bloodline of being Roman and Solo being drafted separately than Jimmy and Jay. Maybe this is Paul being like, it's not us, it's you. And they kind of just break it off because at this point, your only other option would be Roman coming out and beating the ever-loving fuck out of the Usos for losing.
Right.
And having to fall in line because of the whole you lost the match to me at Hell in the Cell and like keeping them fucking hostage.
Yeah.
But I feel like a break-off would be better than hostage.
Yeah. Joe?
I actually think this is the Usos and Solos to win, mostly because they just lost that tag title match. And I think unless you are pulling the pin and busting this one loose, which I don't think they're actually ready to do, then I think the Usos need to have this win. They need to gain that favor in Roman's eyes. So I don't know. I see them winning this one. I feel like it's a safe one for them to win.
I think the bloodline wins. I think that one of two things is going to happen. I think Riddle eats the pin clean, or
and he gets pinned by Toyota Sequoia.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Solo's going to get the fall, no matter what. The only other way that I see something different happening is if Riddle kind of turns on Kevin and Sammy, because there's kind of been that infighting with Kevin and Riddle, and Sammy's been kind of a little bit out there too. So I could just see Riddle kind of making that turn himself. But yeah, I have the bloodline winning. Next one, we got Cody Rhodes taking on Brock Lesnar. Michael.
Talking about this at dinner with Craig. Cody hasn't had much adversity. It was losing to Roman at WrestleMania. Everyone said Cody didn't have that adversity. To quote, finish the story, he has to go through adversity. What better adversity could he go through than being absolutely mollywopped by the Beast Incarnate, Cowboy B-Brock? Let's John Cena Extreme Rules this all over again. Brock Brock yeets the fuck out of him, throws him around the fucking ring, fucking F5 elbows, Cowboy Bebrock, and he literally breaks Cody because until a man is pushed to his breaking point, you don't know what you're going to get from him. So push Cody to that point. Let the rebuild of the story of the adversity, the chase that we so elegantly and loved leading into WrestleMania. You want to do it again? You gotta break Cody. How do you do it? Brock Lesnar.
All right, Joe.
I mean, if you think I'm choosing against America's dick, like, no, yeah, I agree with Mike. I think the story here is Brock's right now that he gets the win. Well, the story is the adversary. No,
Adversity.
That's the one.
Anniversary.
That you're building strategery that you're building against Cody. So I do think you have Brock win here. I don't think it hurts Cody. In fact, I think it helps him long run.
The World Heavyweight title throws a monkey wrench into this a bit. I don't think Cody will or should be the first World Heavyweight champion, but if they decide to make it the consolation title,
does he get to the finals though?
No.
I can see a Cody Seth finals.
See, I would almost make that the breaking point. Because now he can't even win the consolation trophy.
Ooh, okay.
This is such a slam dunk that Cody Rhodes is going to win the World Heavyweight title. He gets to the finals, and he finally loses to the guy that he was mollywhopping before he got hurt in Seth Rollins. If you go that route.
If you're going to go Seth, a Seth Cody final would actually be really great.
Or earlier, you talked about Big Gunther.
That was the end of your Rumble.
Another giant.
Gunther's revenge.
Another mountain that Cody couldn't climb. He can't beat the big guy. He couldn't beat Roman. Couldn't beat Brock. Couldn't beat Gunther.
But see, I think if you're gonna have him get to the finals, he beats Brock here.
That's what I'm saying. So if you think that he's getting to the finals, then Cody walks out, whether he's beaten, bruised, battered, splattered, and smothered and covered. He somehow flash pins and wins, and then he gets to the finals and loses. Then that's a route.
Right, but you said that like he couldn't beat Roman, he couldn't beat Brock, couldn't beat Gunther. I think if he's going to get to the finals and lose to Gunther, I think he has to beat Brock here. If he loses to Brock, I say he doesn't even get to the finals. And
I don't think they should get him to the finals as well. That's why
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't think you should get to the finals. Yeah, I'll agree, Brock, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Cody wins. I'll say that.
I agree.
All right. In a match that nobody asked for and had no build, Seth freaking Rollins versus Omos. Michael, let's do this one quickly because who cares?
I think you have a soundbite from a certain member of the 3CT show that I.
Who gives a shit?
Thanks, Matt. That's my answer. Who gives a shit?
I
mean, the answer is Seth, right?
Yeah.
Joe, any different opinion on that one?
No, I mean the answer is Seth. The only I think more.
You don't think free agent Omos has a shot of winning?
Well, so I'm just saying it seems more likely that Seth's gonna win again. Like you were saying about the Cody and Brock match, with the world title in the picture, Cody seems more likely to win. Well, with the world title in the picture, Seth seems more likely to win. Otherwise, I could have actually seen Omos maybe having a shot here.
He almost got away with it.
Right. Well, because
there it is.
I think we all agree that Seth is definitely going to be one of the top contenders for the belt.
Thank you.
But he's not going to be one of the top contenders for the belt if he's losing it almost.
Right. No, I agree with that. Yeah, it's Seth. All right. Singles match for the WWE SmackDown Women's title. Rhea Ripley defending against Zelina Vega. Michael.
Yeah, I'm not going to start my conspiracy theorist on how someone's not going to walk out with the title with Rhea Ripley. So give me the old Judgment Day.
All right, Joe.
Not here.
No, I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
Hold on.
Kind of muted and kind of not muted.
Wait, which one are we doing?
Ripples
Rhea,
and Vega.
Zelina.
Oh, I mean, duh, right? Like Rhea.
Yeah, I mean, Zelina's on SmackDown with the LWO.
Wait. Are these motherfuckers about to do this?
No, because Io Sky is on SmackDown as
Yeah, otherwise
I was
it
about
would
to say,
make sense.
you sons of bitches.
well. Yeah.
That's the only reason why it doesn't work. It's because they all the women are on SmackDown.
Rhea's the only one who's on Raw.
I was about to say, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, the answer is Rhea, right? Like, it should be cute, but let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Well, hey now.
Hey, yo. You thought about that one for a minute?
Look, I get Peacock for free. I would pay for that with this match. I'm just saying.
HLA.
But like, Zelina shouldn't stand a chance in this one, right?
No, she should get
fucking shit canned.
blasted.
Just absolutely just beat the hell up.
Rhea should yeet her across the ring.
Yeah. You want to talk a replay of John Cena versus Brock
there it is.
Lesnar?
Found it.
Give me that in this one. But Joe, do you Rhea, I assume?
Yeah.
All right. And we go to the triple threat match. The Joe Lopez special.
Jesus Christ.
We have
Somebody get him a mop.
Yeah, no kidding. We have Austin Theory defending the WWE United States Championship against Bronson Reed and
Bobby
Lashley. Michael.
Hit that sound bite.
Bobby.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean Bronson Reed's on Raw, right? So he's
Yep.
eliminated.
Yep.
Joe?
Yeah, I mean, right, like in theory, unless they use this to get
Austin.
the US title back on Raw. No, I think Austin's gonna actually win. I think Austin Theory. I think positioning him as the secondary champion on SmackDown, especially if Roman's not going to be around all the time,
primary
is not a
champion
bad
on
idea.
SmackDown?
Yeah, primary. Yeah, but I think Bobby, being a former WWE World Heavyweight Champion,
Bobby.
it's a good guy to also have with that belt, especially if he's going to be the in-ring guy.
He's a totally good guy to have with it, but I think Theory's a great guy to have with it too, and I think he's a future world champion. So
You just also want to fucking stare at his abs. Don't fucking sit here and lie.
I mean, there's that too.
Well, I mean, that's not it for me, although he has great abs. I'm kind of with Joe on this one.
I just know for sure that it's not going to be Bronson Reed. So
yes, it is not going to to be Reed.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, this match should actually be really good.
Oh, it should be a great match. Bronson
yeah.
Reed needs to fall from one of them.
I think this is going to be a great opportunity to let Theory run as kind of the quote unquote lead guy and kind of see what he can do as kind of the lead guy. And you're in a world where like you have a lot of guys that like same size Barbie, right? Like
Yeah.
Cameron Grimes, Grayson Waller, LA Knight.
They also don't have a ton of faces on
A couple
SmackDown.
of guys in the LWO. You have a lot of guys that are about the same size as you on that show. So there's some fun opportunity for some matches in a Austin Theory like face that runs the place with the US title.
He needs some faces to face though.
I mean, you can make faces.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying they're not very deep.
Grimes is an easy face.
Correct. LA Knight.
LA Knight is kind of a tweener. You can easily get
That's
him.
what I'm saying. After them, I don't know how deep their face roster is. Montez
the
Ford.
SmackDown roster is not super deep
In general.
and quite frankly, anybody going against Austin Theory is a very quick. You can very quickly flip that switch.
Grayson Waller, you're not turning into a face.
Well, I don't think you're. Yeah, but I don't think you're getting him in a U.S. title run right away either.
Sleeping Beauty would just make them the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. He did it on our Dynasty mode.
They were a great team.
All right. Next one. Raw Women's title match. Bianca Belair defending against Damage Control's Io Sky. Michael.
Is this where we finally pull the fucking pin on Damage Control?
Maybe.
Yeah, she doesn't even go here.
Joseph.
Bianca's never losing the belt. She's the female Roman Reigns.
She's the female fucking Bruno Sammartino. She's gonna hold that bitch for like 7,000 days, and she's never gonna turn heel. She's gonna be. I twirl my hair. I skip around. I'm Bianca Belair. Like that. That's just she's just gonna have that gimmick the whole time.
Here's what I'll say. Everybody's very concerned about Bianca losing the longest Raw Women's title reign ever on a technicality, right?
So how do you make sure that she doesn't lose it on a technicality?
Io Sky becomes the new Raw Women's champion, becomes the new Raw, soon to be SmackDown Women's champion. That's how you do it. You have Io win the title,
and then maybe she just goes to Raw and Bayley and Dakota stay on SmackDown.
No, you just then you can do the title swap, because like this is what I say to people, because people get very worked up about props on a scripted wrestling show. Because let's be honest, that's what titles are, right?
Let's be honest.
Everybody's very worked up about, oh, they're gonna do a title swap. That's so stupid. I'm like, okay, imagine you tune into SmackDown next Friday for the very first time, and the opening segment is the WWE Raw Women's Champion to open SmackDown. How does that make sense? Now you can explain it, but like we're really going to do this until next year's draft, or until the women's Money in the Bank, like, or potentially like SummerSlam. Like to me, it just doesn't make sense. The SmackDown title should be on SmackDown. The Raw title should be on Raw. So how do you do that? You either rename without renaming the titles, because they're not going to do that. That would be the easy fix. You can just get new title belts too. So then you don't have to explain why blue's on red and red's on blue. Like just do new titles. Like get rid of the colored titles. Like do a just all white belt or something, or a different color with the big block WWE for the WWE Women's
just do exactly
Universal title.
Just do exactly what they did with the men's title. White strap is the Universal, black strap is the WWE Women's Championship. Fucking let's
I don't think the logo would look right on a white strap, because there's nothing behind it. You know what I mean?
Just put a black. I'm saying the strap itself.
Well, right, but because
white strap, black background, WWE logo. Black strap, black background, WWE logo. That's what I'm saying. All that you're physically changing is the leather of the strap. The white strap goes to one brand, the black strap goes to the other.
Well, see, what I would do is for the title that's on Raw, to make that like the women's world champion or whatever, do a smaller version of the new world heavyweight title you just unveiled, and then have a version on whatever color you want on
also an option
of the other title. But regardless, I'm getting lost in the weeds. Everybody's worried about Bianca losing, like staying champion, but losing her record number of days, because they're going to do the title swap, because you have to do the title swap. You literally have to. So the way to avoid that is just have her lose the title. And guess what? Io Sky is in a heel faction. It's not supposed to be people aren't supposed to be happy that she's the new champion.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
So to me, I'm going to pick Io for that reason. Like it
God, I
that
hope so.
makes
Just
the
because-
most sense.
God,
to
I
me.
hope so, because I would just much rather not have Bianca Belair as my women's champion on my brand anymore.
Yeah.
She's never losing the title.
And lastly, we have the San Juan Street Fight. Bad Bunny taking on Damian Priest. Michael.
Is there a way that Bunny Boy loses? Like I just don't think Hot Boying Like a Bunny is going to lose. Like I just don't think it makes sense at this point.
I mean,
like
in Puerto Rico, I'd say probably not. The only way is if the rest of Damage Control gets involved.
whoa, why are Bailey, Asuka, and
sorry,
Bailey?
Judgment Day.
I was like, what? Why are they getting involved? I mean, it would make sense. I mean, Bad Bunny's only a small bit taller than Dakota Kai.
I don't know. See, I would say that this is the kind of situation, though, where you can have Bad Bunny lose the match, but still, like, LWO comes out and they get the heat back on Judgment Day, and Bad Bunny hits some kind of cool move, and that's how the show ends. It's a Hogan must pose moment, right? Like, Bad Bunny must te quiero mucho.
I just don't think they give a shit about about Damian Priest. I just truly don't. If your name's not Rhea Ripples or the go away heat that Dominic Mysterio is getting right now, I don't really think they give a fuck about any other member of the Judgment Day. It's really just easy to let fucking Hot Boying Like a Bunny win this fucking match. And
I mean, I would assume the LWO is assisting Bad Bunny in this match.
I would wholeheartedly
I would think so.
that they are going to play
it's
significant role on why Bad Bunny wins.
The LWO with Rey Mysterio and company in the ring celebrating with him at the end of the night.
Yeah, final nail in his son's coffin before they split.
This is your, and I think this is your main event. Easy.
Yeah, this is closing the show 100%.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fucking. It's
gonna be a 17-minute fucking. It's gonna be a 17-minute fucking train wreck. It's gonna be Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn fucking all over again. God, I hope Lauren listens to this show with Ernest in the car and punches him because I just said that. Just fucking decks him. Just fuck you, yeah. Joe, are you taking Hot Boying Like a Bunny, or are you taking I think
I'm gonna take Damian Priest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got Bad Bunny. It's too easy, quote too predictable, but yeah.
Quote, it's gotta happen, quote.
But yeah, that's. Do you want to give a pre-grade? Like, what do you?
I think that if this show ends at anything above a B, I think it has to be a smashing success.
I would have to have some incredible matches.
I think there's a couple low
to be higher than a B
bangers on this card.
Yeah.
You don't think that they can't have a great with Cody and Brock and with the 6-man tag and.
I think that it could reach that. I'm just saying that those matches would have to deliver.
Yeah.
I think Cody Brock will be really good. I think Bianca Io Sky could be a really good match. The U.S. title match should be solid.
I think the U.S. title match has to be a match that potentially steals the show if you're going to keep Theory as being the working champion on the blue brand.
And the street fight's going to be a hoot. For sure.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to go get a 5-star Tokyo Dome Classic, but you could get a fucking help. You could get 7 4-star fucking really fun matches.
Yeah.
Like the only match that should literally be a car crash that's done and over with in a quick, fast, and a hurry is Rhea Ripley versus Lena Vega.
Yeah, that's
the only match that should be like 7 minutes or less. Everything else you can give 10 to 15 minutes to and have a good 3.5 to 4-star match out of. That's why I'm saying if it's better than a B, I think you did what you were supposed to the show after WrestleMania. You can't go out and have an F. You can't go out and just dump it.
Yeah. No. I think worst case scenario, the show would be a C.
That's what I'm saying. So you go out there and you have a B plus, you finish 10 points higher than what you thought you were going to finish.
The crowd itself is going to bring this thing up half a letter grade.
I would agree with that assessment.
Let's be honest. This crowd's going to be fucking hot, man.
From the time they walk in to the time they leave. All right, that's Backlash. Check that out this Saturday?
Saturday. Yep.
Not last Saturday.
No, Ernest. Joe.
All right, Joe. I guess
Happy Cinco de Mayo as it's now 12:06 as we hit the scrolling. Insert Joe's topic here. Not to be confused with insert Joe's other thing somewhere else.
We'll make it real fast because, like, I'm tired. Cinco de Mayo is the thing. I don't know. Who's your favorite Latino wrestler? Let's go. That's not Rey Mysterio. Go.
That's literally
Jesus Christ.
What?
You know what? You know what? I'm going to advance this. Okay?
Did you say Bad Bunny?
No.
No, I said that's literally the topic.
Nope, we're going to do something different. I'm going to morph this. We're doing this draft style. We're going to do a 3-round draft of...
Oh, you're going to make my fucking brain work?
Yep. Joe, it's your topic. You can have the first overall pick.
Villano number 4.
You son of a bitch. I knew you were going to fucking do it, you fucking asshole. All right, Joe took Villano 4.
You kind of asked for that.
I know I did.
Are we doing currently or all time?
Well, he took Villano 4.
Oh,
he has to take Villano 44 for it to be current. So,
Eddie Guerrero.
Oh,
it's a good pick.
That's a great pick.
Great pick. I'm gonna go La Parka.
Nice.
I watched him yeet a guy with a fucking chair on an episode of fucking Monday Night Nitro a couple months ago.
You did.
Villano 5.
Jesus Christ. Your name on next week's show cannot be anything more than Villano Yo.
I mean, are you surprised by that answer, Mike?
No, but his name next week has to be Villano Yo, or he's not allowed on the show.
Give me. I'll take the throwback, Pedro Morales.
Oh,
man. Give me the juice. Give me Juventud Guerrera.
I like that.
Joe's gonna take Villano fucking 3 here. All right, let's just
no,
move on
I'm
to Jim
not.
with this next pick.
I'm not. I'm gonna take. I think he was underrated in WWE because his run there absolutely sucked. So it was properly rated. But
Super Calo?
No, Sin Cara, the first one.
Oh, okay. And I will take, a guy who I saw wrestle when I was 4 years old and probably about 31 years old, and multiple times in between. Give me Tito Santana, man.
Oh, okay. I like that one. Bobby the Brain Heenan's favorite racist joke.
Oh.
The flying burrito. All right, last pick for me. No, I can't go that one. That one's probably a little too politically incorrect. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take Psychosis. He had great matches with Ray in ECW and good matches in WCW. Fuck it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll go Psychosis. So Joe is the Villano family and Sin Cara. We name him Villano 6 on this show. Jim has Eddie Guerrero, Pedro Morales, and Tito Santana. Yours truly, La Parka, Psychosis, and Juventud Guerrera. Funny, nobody took Chavo. Stupid ass Twitter. It was a joke. No, it wasn't. You just got fucking raked over the coals by everybody because of fucking big of a moron you are.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Joe's makeshift topic.
Work.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Drinko. Please drive responsibly. Please drink responsibly. Fun shit as we talk on the show. Let me bring up my spreadsheet so we can do wrestlers of the week so Joe can take a nap because he's falling asleep again. That being said, Joe, go ahead.
I am also getting very sleepy.
Yeah, I think we're all hitting that wall as it's now 12 o'clock. We're normally good for another like 25 minutes, and all of us are kind of like, I feel like I got hit by a brick. Joe, since you're awake for 35 seconds, feel free to take the first pick this week.
Let's go with, I don't know, who did shit.
Wow, great answer.
Oh, the Ass Boys and no, not the Ass Boys, the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass.
Okay.
What the fuck did they do this week?
They became the number one contenders to the trios titles.
Cool. No one gives a shit about those belts. The fuck. 37th title. A Daddy Ass and Acclaimed. I'm good.
Give me the number one pick, overall pick in the WWE draft of 2023, Roman Reigns.
I gotta look up something because now I'm fucking. Oh, look. They did the brackets for Best of the Super Junior. Sorry, I just got mine fucked. I'm looking at something. Give me the new never open weight champion. Give me David Finlay.
All right.
Joseph.
I don't know. Pretty Deadly got drafted to SmackDown. Let's go with them.
All right.
Yes, boy.
I will take still your WWE World Undisputed Tag Team Champions for now. With a successful title defense against the Usos last week, I will take Sammy and Kevin.
All right. I'm gonna go with the girls that had a pretty good week. I'll take the ladies that got called up to the SmackDown roster and are still the NXT Women's Champions. Give me Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Ernest does not get picks because he's not here. Fuck him.
Yeah, you don't get picks if you're not here.
To quote our show last night, which you can listen to on the Huddle Up podcast feed, no heat, bitch.
Exactly. Show up, do the work.
Yeah, that's our motto here. I don't care if you're at a fucking Megadeth concert. You're driving home right now. You're probably asleep. You could have hopped on the show.
Something like that.
Fucking Joe's just flipping off the camera.
I love it.
All right. Joe, you want to say anything else before we wrap this bitch up?
I'm gonna Irish exit, so I'll see you guys.
Jesus fucking
Literally
Christ.
literally just pieced out, man.
I'm surprised he made it an hour and 18 minutes.
I know. I am impressed by that. I will give
him. He
him.
only fell asleep once. I mean, he's sitting in a dark part of his house right now on a couch laying down. That motherfucker should have not have woken up after we fucking muted him. Fucking
yeah, I was shocked.
45 minutes
I almost got scared when I saw his face pop back in. I was like, "What?" Look, you can follow me at Big Jim Sports. Hit the link tree there. You know the podcast at 3 Count Thursday at Huddle Up Podcast. We had a new Huddle Up episode drop this week. The off season continues. 3CT. We had the live show tonight. That podcast is up. Tuesday show comes out once I get done editing a bunch of uh-ohs out of that one.
Ooh, was there a lot in this week's episode?
Yeah.
The Lacey Evans fan club joined?
Oh, yeah. Come Tuesday.
Come Tuesday?
Just fucking, you're going to hear that a lot. I should find a different, I should do like the old NFL films when it's like little slide whistles and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check that out. Yeah. Follow me. Hit the link tree in mine. You'll get everywhere you need to be.
You can follow the show at Take3 Wrestling. You can follow me on Twitter at They Call Me Burn. Send your hate tweets at EJChristian7. Feel free to send all your negativity there. Other than that, guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us. We appreciate all the fun that you guys let us have here on the Take3 Wrestling podcast. Until next week, where the rosters will be a little bit more confirmed. and the champions may be different. We'll see you guys after Backlash on next week's episode of the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast.